The tool set we're using to build these sites is called Beaver Builder, and there's a number of different things that are being used at the same time that may be a little confusing. So I'm going to do my best to give you a quick overview. So there's Beaver Builder, the plugin. There's Beaver Builder, the theme. There's Beaver Themer. And then we also have the Ultimate Add-ons pack for Beaver Builder. So to give you an idea, the plugin came first, and what that allows us to do is edit content inside of the content area. So this is a header, this is a footer, this section here is where we're able to use Beaver Builder, the plugin. It works with any theme, it works inside of any content area. To make things a little more flexible, they came up with Beaver Builder, the theme. So Beaver Builder, the theme gives us a little more flexibility by allowing us access to a header and footer. Some default colors, font sizes, and all that, which I'll show you. That wasn't enough, so now there's Beaver Themer. Beaver Themer allows us to create headers and footers and 404 pages and archive pages like you saw when we created this fine piece of work here. And then lastly, the Ultimate Add-ons gives you additional tools for the plugin piece. So let's take a look at the theme itself. And I'm going to edit from this one here. If we go back to our back end, our appearance themes, you'll see we have Beaver Builder, the theme set up. And one of the things it allows us to do is customize some of the default settings. So by default, we can change, font sizes, we can change header sizes, we can change link colors. If we had not already used Beaver Themer to get our header and our footer in, we would be able to use it to modify the header slightly. So there's a couple options in here that you can check out, but hopefully you're using Beaver Themer's version of the header and you don't have to mess with that. One place you will have to go though is General, Accent Color. So this is where you set your link and your hover colors. It's actually used for buttons and all kinds of different stuff throughout the site. So if you want to change that, you can do that here. We'll just go ahead and make this red. Just a heads up, by the time we get done with this particular demo site, it's going to look really bad. So please don't take any of the color representations here as a good idea. I'm just showing you how to change stuff, and we'll rely on your design skills to make it look pretty. So see, we've got our hover colors still blue. That's where you change that. Headings. So here's where you can change your font family for all headings. I recommend we have one font choice for your headings and one font choice for your paragraph text. So you'll have two different font styles throughout the site. That makes it super easy to use. It's a good user experience. Try to stay away from having too many different font types throughout the website. So let's just say for this one, we're going to change to, I don't know, Roboto, which is actually probably better for paragraph, but it's fine, just give you an idea. All of these would have changed. Let's see if we can get something else just to show you how it visually shows you the differences here. Yeah, so see my H1s or H2s and H3s down here changed. Let's go ahead and leave it at Rasa, that's fine. And then you can change your font sizes so that it is site-wide and it's using just a default. Yeah, there we go. And this would make that change site-wide, change your line height and all that if you need to, letter spacing. I'm not going to worry about too much of that. Do the same thing for your paragraph text. So, I like my text to be close to black so it's nice and legible. And then my font size, I always probably go to like 15 just to start. And you can change your weight and all that. But let's change from Helvetica. Let's go to Lotto. I like a Lotto a lot. And there we go. So now we've got a fresh header font. We've got a fresh paragraph font, and that's going to happen site-wide. Social links, you don't need to worry about these here. You can actually manually add them in with icon sets later. Footer, same thing. We're using the themer version, so you don't need to worry about that there. One thing you may want to do, though, is add either additional CSS, which you can do here, and there's another way you can do that, too, if you'd prefer something that's a little more color-coded. And then if you wanted to use anything like a JavaScript, or if you need to throw in some code specifically to your header outside the body, you can do that here. So you're going to use the customizer to get here for all this stuff, and whenever you're done, always save and publish. And that'll be that'll be that. So we showed header, text, accent, color, show code. So Beaver Builder plugin. Let's take a look at that. From any page on the website, I can now click on Page Builder. On the front end, you can also access this from the back end. Notice it has header and footer listed. This is because we've already created it in Beaver Themer. So if we wanted to edit just the header, we could click on this. It'll take us to the header template, and we can make that edit. So let me go ahead and show you what I would do here. So this section over here is Beaver Builder, the plugin. You get to specify your row layouts to get your layout going. You got different modules that you can add in here, basic, advanced. I don't have ultimate add-ons turned on yet, but I'll show you that in just a second. So first thing I would want to do is probably change this out for a photo of my logo. So I'll drag photo over there. I'm going to select my stock logo, hopefully your nonprofit uploaded one. I'll select that there. Full size is going to be too much. Let's go with the 300 and let's align it to the left. Okay, so there's my logo, which means I can get rid of this here. Likely we'll want to link my logo. So down here, change link to URL, and then we can just type in home and it should bring it up. Oh, excuse me. Home. And that's it. Save. Now that's linked. So when you're using Beaver Builder, the plugin, you also get to access the different settings for any of these modules. So what we want to do here is I want to get rid of this top row because I don't like it. I don't want my social icons up here. I don't want my call up here. Some people will. I do not want that for this. So I'm going to X out of that and delete that whole row. So now I've just got this one. And then I don't like this blue because it's clashing with my logo. So if I want to edit the row itself, I can come here and I get a bunch of different options. The background color is already set, so let's change this to something much lighter. We'll just do it at the gray, even though that's boring. But now I can see my logo better. And then if I want to, I can mess with my menu. So I choose my main menu or top menu. Main menu is the one we set up earlier. So that's the one we want to use. Layout horizontal, this is all good. So menu with the arrows, as you can see right here. All good. My style, so it comes with some default styling. I like to just go ahead and X out of all of these and start from scratch. So I'm just going to leave it as black for now. But if you wanted to, say, change the link color, this is where you would do that. So we'll close out of that for now. Once I hit done, I'm back. It takes me to viewing just the page template for the theme layout. So let's go back to our home page and let's start to edit this part of our content here. So if I do page builder for home, that's going to take me to the builder tool for just the home page. So oftentimes we're going to start with a hero area that has a background image and a H1 title and a description and probably a button. So let me quickly show you how I would load all that in. First, I'm going to get rid of the content that was there for the nonprofits because they're done with that piece. Then we have this empty row here. Notice our box only goes out so far. We're going to actually want to make that full width so it does the full hero area, which is nice. Our content width we can leave fixed, but if you change it to full, you see the little background box gets bigger. Default height, we can go full height, but let's see what it does when we get our picture in there. Background, photo, select a photo. Your nonprofit should have been good enough to give you some, but if not, you can find some stock photography. And let's go with this guy right here. Select that, and then now you can see it change. It's taken up the whole thing. So it's not tall enough yet. We can change that either by adding content to it, or we can come here to height and do full height. And then it's going to do the full height of the image. I prefer to work through with the content, so we're going to go with that. All right, now let's get our header in there. Welcome to our cool site. Obviously we were going to have a tagline or something there, and we can't really see the font, so let's go ahead and change that color to maybe white. See if that makes it any easier. That's a little bit easier. Let's go ahead and center it, and let's make it a H1 since it's the first thing on the page. It's using our default header font. As you can see, you can change it if you want. I don't know if you need to, but maybe you can change the size since it's the home page version. So let's bump this up to like 40 pixels. Let's bump it up to 50 pixels. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, all this stuff's changing real time in the back end here. So we'll go ahead and shut that down, and let's go ahead and let's add another heading up under it that's going to be like a H2 or H3. Cool. Learn more about us by reading through the site. This should be a tagline. I'm just putting in anything random right now. So we're going to center that. Let's go ahead and do our font color change again. It's already in H3. I think that's appropriate. And let's go ahead and add in a button so that people know that they need to learn more. So by default, it's using our accent color. And we can add an icon. We don't need to do that. Let's see. We need to link it to another page. So let's link it to our About page. Wherever the call to action should go, that's where it should link. And then our style, let's go ahead and align this in the center with the rest of our stuff. Cool. Width is auto, font size is regular, so all this is fine. All right, so still looking kind of weird, can't really read it, and I think the hero area should be taller, so let's change our row settings again. First thing I want to do is add in a background overlay that is dark. Ah, yes, now I can see a little bit better. Let's actually take this to 75%. Ooh, man, that looks nice. The other thing I can do is come over here and I can start adding in some margin. Oops, excuse me. Some padding that's going to increase the height of my hero area a little bit. So that's getting better. Let's go ahead and leave it at that. And now we have a hero area. Typically up under that, we're probably going to want to have maybe two or three buckets that explain some more stuff about it. So let's go to 3 columns, grab that whole row, put it up under our hero area. Now we have a new row that is not full width, but it does have these 3 buckets. And we can do a number of different things here. But I'm just going to do something simple. We'll give it a heading, who we are. I can copy that and drag that over here and just change it to who we serve. And let's just say we'll do the same thing over here, and we'll call this, contact us. And we can include some stuff in there. Below that, I would probably throw in a little text editor with some lorem ipsum. This is our first bucket of text. Same thing across the board. I know this is probably mind-numbing for you, but I just want you to see how this works. And let's say we want to really fancy this up. Let's go ahead and add a photo in the middle of all that. So I'm going to go back to my fancy photos here. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to make it 300 by 200. Copy that across all of them. I would recommend you do not use the same image across all of them, but for demo purposes, this is what's going on. Okay, that's starting to look okay. Let's go ahead and make this row full width as well. You can make your content full width if you want, but I don't like that. Let's keep it fixed. So it looks like we got some weirdness going on here. What if we did alignment left? Neat. So you can go down the page and add as many of these sections as you want. There's a bunch of different things you can do. This is just an example. So let's go ahead and publish that. And we'll go to another page. I'm going to show you another neat trick. Actually, let's go ahead and clean up this header real quick too. It's too tall. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Advanced. I'm going to kill the padding here. That makes it a little bit better. And I wonder if we can actually shrink our logo down a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so go back to home. We got our sweet home page. Let's go to the About page. So let's say that I don't know anything about designing and I want to use a template. So as soon as you load up a new page, it's going to give you an opportunity to choose any number of these templates that Beaver Builder has already. So this one looks very similar to what we did. Let's just load that up so you can see what that looks like. Big hero area with an image, our header, our button, our 3 buckets. See how much cleaner this looks than the one that I did by myself. Somebody's already styled this, and we can come in here and just change the language to be whatever we want. We can even delete stuff. Let's say we don't want to have meet the team on this page. We just delete that whole row. Boom, it's gone. So maybe find one that has most of what you're looking for and utilize that and just change out the images and the text copy. So that's pretty easy. And there's one other thing I'd like to show you. There's an additional way to get more page templates and more modules. So go back to plugins. We're going to install the Ultimate Addons plugin for Beaver Builder. Activate. Once we've activated that, over here in settings, we get UABB. Oh, we need our license key. Maybe not. Template cloud. So they have their own template cloud, and you can search through all these different ones, but you can't use them until you've searched for it and you've installed it here. So let's find one that we like that looks similar to what we did before, just so that we're not getting too far out there. Here we go. Let's do web agency. Preview that. Looks cool. I can see how this would fit my project, so I'm going to keep it and install it. Cool. Once it's installed, I can double check by clicking on this. Why didn't that work? It says it's installed here, so we'll just go with that. Now, when I go back to my page and I load it for the first time, it's going to give me these options as well. So first ones that show up are Beaver Builder Originals, which we already looked at. If I want to use the ones from my template cloud, I have to choose this. There she blows. And there it is. So similar idea. It's already laid out for me. I can go in there and I can just do my thing. Okay. What have I missed? That was it. So hopefully this helps you at least get started. If you have any questions, come talk to the team.